Step in the room. The main event mama's bringing the heat. Talking life, love, and the wrestling beat. Step in the ring with the real ones, me. Mic in hand. Yeah, we on repeat. Yeah. Tag team champs of the everyday grind. Body slammed out, leave them behind. From the school runs to the grocery lines. Still got time to drop these rhymes. Late night chats over spilled tea. Wrestling moves in reality. Balance it all like it's destiny. Mama life is the legacy. Main event mamas. We run this show from the ropes to the roads. Watch it glow. Real talk, real love, real highs, real lows. Main event mamas. Let the good vibes flow. Got a suplex for the drama, pin for the stress, flipping scripts. Yeah, we do it the best. Relationships, goals, what's next on the list? Life's a match, and we never miss. Late bell nights, but we're wide awake. Dreams on lock, no time for fake. This is the hustle of give and take. Championship belts made of love we make. Better than mamas.
Welcome.
I'm always caught red-handed.
Why do I do this with you? It's crazy. Well, it is 10:08, and we did this. We went live because it has been a day, but like my hair is doing its thing. That's how the day's going. So, welcome to Midnight Confessions. I'm Kiara,
and I'm Tanisha, and you're now entering our sister chat, Main Event Mamas. Midnight Confession style. I don't know where I was going with this. This has been a day today. I don't know. It's just going on. I'm here. I'm present.
You're present and accounted for?
Accounted for.
That's important.
Absolutely.
Accounted for.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, we have a lot to unpack today. I'm not going to hold you. Especially because, we didn't get a chance to talk Double or Nothing. We didn't get a chance to talk main event. Saturday night main event. We didn't get a chance to talk what's coming up. So I feel like this is our moment, right? This is our moment to finally connect with you guys. Sorry, y'all know life was lifing, and so we just didn't have the capacity to go live last week at all. So
nope.
Here we are. But we did watch wrestling, so let's get it.
Why can't I spell back? What is happening? Sorry. I hate this damn keyboard. I'm listening. I'm here. I was just writing on TikTok. Sorry, my bad.
All right, I love y'all. Let's get to it. Better yet, the streets was talking, so I guess we should probably find out what they were saying. Let's do that first.
Yeah, what?
Yo. Shh, quiet now. Leaning close. The streets are talking loud and clear. Wrestling whispers in your ear. Rumors flying, news is popping. The ropes are tight, no one's stopping. The streets are talking, yeah. You better listen. Main event mama's dropping all the wisdom.
Well, we're back. So, girl, a lot is going on in these streets. What is happening over there? What did you do?
Something's in my eye.
You know what? Y'all just need to send help. I'm going to just...
I need someone to blow it out. Okay, it's out. I'm here. I'm live. So what was the street saying?
Can you see before we continue? Can you see?
I mean, I'm swollen right now, but it's all right.
Okay, well, I don't know. You threw me here with the
I'm
tears.
sorry.
You threw me with the tears. I was not adequately prepared, but well, I feel like our first story should be about bail money. Yeah, it's about bail money. Have you heard this?
Uh, Not how you
No,
put it. But I've definitely
we're
heard
talking
about
bail money.
the situation. Yeah. Oh, Gunther dropped. Is that how much it costs to get him out?
Yes, because he's
Oh,
clearly not a deep felon. Because $1,000 is not a lot of bail money. Not that I have
yeah.
a lot of experience with bail money, but
That's why I looked
based
at it. I
on
was
what
like,
I
oh,
do know,
that's a drop in the bucket. $1,000? Ah, that's nothing.
no. But yeah, so just to catch everybody else up. So I don't know if he was living under a rock or not, but I tell you, Ludwig Kaiser, he got arrested. It was a whole thing. Twitter went crazy. Everyone was jumping on one side or the other. How dare he? He's getting ready to pop off with this Grande Americano, mask versus mask. They should release him. I mean, it was really crazy for a minute there. But then further information came out, and we found out there was some extenuating circumstances in which he, may have been defending his girlfriend, may not have been. Maybe the guy, overstepped his boundaries and had words that he should not have had. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you want to look at it. Either way, you know who is the best friend ever? Gunther, because he went and dropped $1,000 to bail out Ludwig, which comes to serve that Imperium is still alive and well in their hearts. Because I don't know if I would. $1,000 is a lot of money for me to drop on anybody.
Wow. So
Maybe not for them.
if I got in trouble and it costs $1,000 to get out, you ain't gonna get me out.
I feel like we've discussed this in detail, right? Like if you told me what was going on, you wouldn't go to jail. But if you happen to be in jail, $1,000, I mean, I love you very much, but
Wow.
when am I going to get that $1,000 back?
Wow. That's the whole point. You don't get bail money back. You don't. It's just, I just need to show up to court. And you do
Well,
all
the
the
good part about Gunther is that he was kinder than me, and he used $500 checks to do so. And so Kaiser's continuing to move on to his, bookings. He was in Mexico. He had to get a special permission to go to Mexico because, when you're facing crime, they'll be letting you leave. But his lawyers were at it. And shout out to Gunther for helping out his homie because clearly I'm not that great of a
First, I want to say what's up to Exclusive Night Podcast. Thank you for joining us on TikTok. Yeah, nah, I would, if you got, I would shake some ass. I would do something to get you out of jail. I don't know.
Girl, thank you though for being down for the cause. I mean,
Yeah,
I
look.
don't.
It's not the other way around. Jeez,
No.
who's the ride or die sister? Who is that one? I'm always a ride or die for everybody, but who's
You
really
really
a ride or die
are,
for me?
and
No
I'm gonna
one.
need you to be more mindful
Jesus.
about that approach.
Ooh,
It should be, but
Lord.
I would get you out. I just don't know how I would come up with that money. I mean, the question is how I would do it. I can't put that information out in these streets in case I ever need to use that. Okay,
Never.
so let's be smart. Let's be smart. All right, next story. We're gonna be on one tonight, y'all. I'm tired. She tired. Got a lot going on. Let's talk about Seth Rollins. Yeah, let me tell you what this is about. So, Seth Rollins was on ESPN and essentially copped to the fact that he just doesn't love being a face. Like he's like being a good guy is kind of tough for him, and he don't love it. He's not here for the cause. He's not down for it. And you know what? I support that because he said he gets bored whenever he does it, and so he doesn't feel like he's particularly a good baby face, and so he prefers
But
it.
is he really a face right now? Because he's not. To me, I would like to
No,
beg to differ. He is what they call, I don't even know what to call it. It's one of those
temporarily good guy.
like I'm trying to be good, but I'm not. Like deep down inside, I'm not. I will
Deep
devour,
down inside.
devour.
Okay,
Yeah,
so all right.
devour. Like I don't know. Anyway, that's my take.
So deep down
This Red
inside.
Bull is
I
really
mean,
hitting me.
is it that or the Hennessy?
It's I showed you how much. This much is Red Bull. I put that in first. Thank you.
Thanks for clarifying.
You're welcome.
Nonetheless, here's the thing. Here's what he said. He says he can do it in short spurts, but he's not like Cena and he's not like Rey Mysterio. And he said, I get bored of myself and I think people get bored of me. Most of my favorite moments are being a piece of trash. So I know you were wondering why I put that there because,
Yeah, it was.
I love me some Seth. I'm down for the Seth all the time. But he said it. But honestly, you know how I feel. I love me a villain story. I love me a bad guy. I'm fine for temporary good guy vibes. And so I agree with him. I don't think he bores me as a good guy. I just don't think he's inherently a good guy. That character is not. He likes to turn on people. And Montez says so.
Yes, he did.
So
He did say so. He did.
Not trying to feel no kind of way here, but I'm just trying to tell y'all. He's not the guy you trust. And that's okay with me. Again, I told you I have daddy issues. I'm happy to explain that further. But I'm working through that with my
I like villains. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, it was definitely my father's fault.
It is. And you know what I realized? I like villains, but like I like
Hi, Garth.
Hi, Garth. I look for the but you good underneath there, right? Like a little bit. If I could just but if you're a bad guy on the outside, it's great.
But here's the thing. As long as you're good to me, I'm really not sure what I care about the rest of it. So ask my husband. I think that's about accurate from where we ended up. Anyway, on to the next story.
Oh, Seth is 100% healed. And then I got somebody on TikTok that says,
Really?
hello. Jay Sean Devon says, both sides have valid points on the issue.
Okay.
You talking about both of us? Because we do.
We do. Welcome to where we're at. All right, I got some more information for you. But you're gonna have to bear with me because this gets real deep. Okay?
Wait. Why are we doing deep stuff?
It ain't that deep, but I need you to understand like what's going on in the Vince McMahon Nick Khan situation.
Okay, so ultimately you want me to so you can get it through.
Yeah, because you're gonna be like, what? Okay. Cool.
Okay. Got you.
Ready?
Got you. I'm ready.
So remember this merger. There were some shareholders who were like, hold up. This was illegal. Because remember, Vince was out. Then suddenly Vince was back with the intention of selling the business. And then next thing we know, TKO Endeavor happened. And here we are. Now, there were several shareholders who were like, well, y'all did this in a way that was illegal and unfair to us. And not in the best interest of the company.
I agree. Sorry.
Not going. Yeah. So apparently there was a court hearing and a vice chancellor, J. Travis Laster, officially found that Vince McMahon, Nick Khan, and other top WWE executives like Stephanie McMahon destroyed evidence by using Signal's auto-delete function to wipe out messages they had a legal duty to preserve. And because they hit that delete, the court is like, hold up. So the judge ruled that the court will now treat 5 incredibly damaging facts as presumptively true, leaving McMahon and Khan, not Stephanie, Vince, and Khan, to scramble to kind of disprove this. So these presumed facts include that Ari Emanuel promised Vince a continued role to influence his decision, offering Vince legal indemnification for his federal misconduct investigation.
Whoa. That's a big ass word. What the hell does that mean?
Essentially, they're just going to overlook it, okay? That's what it means. Y'all need to help me here. This is the reason we have the wrestling industry, but he is, look at Garth telling the truth out here. Listen, basically, it just absolves him of his crimes, is what all that means, right? That's all that means.
Oh, okay. So then pretty much saying he guilty, but he not guilty and we can't prove it because they deleted stuff.
Yes, but then so because he deleted it, they're using these facts as true. So the fact that, Ari Emanuel told Vince, like, you're going to continue to be working here and we'll figure out the misconduct situation. Another situation that they're going to say is true is Vince fixing a deal with Endeavor back in 2022 before a strategic review even started. Then another fact is that Nick Khan secretly communicated with Ari Emanuel to facilitate the deal. And then the duo, both of them, used the Rain investment firm to steer the process away from other potential bidders. Now, this is big.
I believe that. I believe all of that. All of that, I say.
This is big, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because it is very difficult to prove something like that when there's no active trace of text and evidence, right? So now the judge is like, nah, I'm just going to say y'all did it. Which means now they're going to have to prove that they didn't, which is also extremely difficult when you don't have anything to back it up. So it's going to be rough out there. So all y'all out there using Signal, be careful with legal proceedings, okay? Because I'm just going to assume that Stephanie didn't know this was going to be a thing. Or maybe she did. Either way, not my business. Either way,
not my business.
A big situation for Vince and Nick Khan, who, are going to have to deal with the legal ramifications of that. And there could be some big ones. There could be some significant fines. Like, it's nothing to sneeze at. But there you go. Those were the streets. And that's all they were talking about today.
All right.
Ready? But y'all know the first thing we talking about is Double or Nothing, because I need to get this out here. I need to talk about what I've just experienced. So let's talk Double or Nothing. Okay. Well, listen, how did you feel about the event, Tanisha? Because you know how you feel about AEW. So I want to be clear. Like, how did you feel about this experience this time?
Well, I stayed awake the whole time.
Okay.
And crack jokes.
You did?
I would say it was less blood.
They couldn't bleed in New York.
Mm-hmm. Which is amazing. I would have never thought that with me living in this state that they couldn't bleed in New York. Anyway, but I think my favorite part was when they used the escalator. And I was just like, I can't believe you actually outside using the escalator, going up and down.
Okay.
I was afraid he was going to get caught in that thing because, I don't.
That was your favorite part?
I mean, other than, me cracking jokes about, well, I want to say Sting, and Sting wasn't there.
I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Mima and Peepa and Peeps.
Grandpa.
Sure.
The grandpas out here in the world, and them trying to set Beth on fire, and the black dude got on fire. But then it makes sense why he had all those clothes on, because I was like, aren't you hot? You're not hot in there? But then I was like, maybe it's cold. Who knows? Because it was rainy earlier that day.
It was.
Overall, I would say I was impressed with this pay-per-view. Now, would that make me want to watch AEW? I'm not quite sure, but I was impressed with this one. That stampede was a little crazy, though. I ain't gonna hold you. That was a little crazy. Are you frozen? She is frozen. Oh, guys. You guys, nothing. Yeah. So light up these comments, people. She's really frozen. Like, I can go like this, and anyway. I also should be back.
I'm back.
Yes.
I'm on. Listen, I just switched to my phone Wi-Fi. I told you I don't know what's going on. Maybe kids out here. Anyway, the point is, as you were saying. What were you saying?
That was it. I don't remember now. Oh, what did the last thing you heard? Because you were frozen. It was funny because you were sitting. I was like, "Is she frozen?"
Yep. I was like, don't make faces. Just
I
stay still.
was like, "Yeah, she's frozen. I'm moving. She's."
Anyhow.
But
So
I
overall,
was
you like,
asking stuff in the comments. I mean, overall, I said I liked it. It was cool. I said it wouldn't. I don't think
okay.
it's gonna get me to watch AEW per se, but it was definitely good.
Okay. I gotta tell you, I was so psyched that I didn't even go to bed. Like I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning, hyped up on adrenaline and fun. Like I didn't watch the post show media scrum like I normally do, but it was just way too much fun. It was just action packed, crazy, crazy, exciting, excellent matches, excellent physicality. And I kind of love that blood was a little secondary because you really got to focus more on the action and the matches and like the moves and the emotion, if you will. Plus, Kevin Knight, what was that? That was the most weird thing I have ever seen in my life. Like you roll up to quote unquote save Darby, but then you launch yourself at that man on a stretcher. Like, at some point you had to ask questions. Like, what's up? What's up with that? I don't.
But I realized at the end he was definitely unsnapped. So I was like, "Were you already unsnapped to begin with?" Because I felt like they snapped you in. I saw them physically snap you in, or
He
is
was
this like the
snapped.
cat? Or is this like the cat collars, where it's like if you flip, now we're gonna open. You know, like the cat
Did you
collars. If
say the
it's like the
cat
whole point, so
collars?
you easily break. I did. I Yes. You never heard of the breakaway collars? Just in case if a cat
Yes.
gets out and they decide to like, jump over a fence and they get stuck. They're like, ah, so they'll strangle themselves so it pops open. That's how I felt.
Yes.
Because all of a sudden
Okay.
when they flipped him back over, he was unstrapped. And I was like, how is that
He
possible? When
was.
we watch him get strapped in. Anyway.
Yes. I agree with you. I also thought it was very strange how we went from snap to like unsnapped. I'm like, I don't know what happened here. I don't get it. I don't get it. But you know what? I'll roll with it. I'll roll with it. Because it was fun
That's a
TV. Like at the end of the day,
point.
do
That
I
was a
care
point.
whether you were snapped in? Or do I care that Darby looked like he died 3 times that night? Like at least 3. When he fell outside the ring on his neck and I had to take a breath and I was sitting here trying to breathe through it. That was
Yes.
terrifying.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not gonna hold
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to breathe through that while we out here. I'm still trying to breathe through it. Because I was so stressed out. All I kept thinking was, oh, I hope he's not dead. I really hope he's not dead and we're going to survive and see this. And then when like MJF, like he took a minute, right? And then he went back and got him.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they wrestled a little bit more, but you could tell like he was in crazy amount of pain.
Mm-hmm.
But then he continued doing insane things. Like when he jumped for that scaffolding, which I just saw again, by the way, so I get to catch that screenshot, was, listen, Darby.
What?
I'd like you to make it to the ripe old age of 40 or more. So if we could just be a little more mindful about how we launch our body places. Because all I kept thinking was, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yes. But that's exactly how you're supposed to feel. You know what I mean? Like I feel like when you're watching wrestling, you're supposed to be so caught up and emotional and in the feel of things that I would prefer to get lost in the story instead of what we'll be talking about with WWE shortly. But getting caught up in the commercials and wanting to turn it off. Not gonna judge, just gonna say that. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So yeah, ultimately, I really love that match. Was one of my favorites. Darby MJF. You know, I picked MJF for the win.
You did. Oh, did you do
And
the tally?
I didn't. So I'm gonna have to do that while we're together. I'm gonna have to figure out who said what and who wins the championship because I didn't. Sorry, we might have to announce that online because now I have to figure out who said what. Don't remember. Sorry. I'll go through the last episode real quick and find out. But that was a phenomenal match. And to have it end double or nothing felt right. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I feel like when you get to the end of the event, you're like, ugh, this wasn't good. And we've had that happen with AEW before where we're like, I don't think that should have been the end. We should have did a different one. I'm glad the last match wasn't like the Stampede. I don't like when the last match is like the big brawling crazy thing because that's technically not wrestling. Like it's just fun.
Which is funny because I actually thought that was the last match. And he was like, no. And I was like, oh,
nope.
Okay.
Yes. Which is a good opportunity to talk about how much fun that was. Because, first of all, I have questions about Lio Rush. I need someone to explain to me what the heck this character is. I don't get it.
Like, is he a goblin? Is he the thing from Lord of the Rings? You know, the
Gollum. Gollum. Excellent question you might have there. Excellent question.
Because I was kind of thrown off. Or does he belong in an asylum?
Yep.
I have questions.
I mean, I'm really enjoying what's happening because I don't know what's happening. I feel like what's going on with Lio Rush is very nuanced and confusing because I didn't know him like that. You know what I mean? Like, even when he was in AEW before, he was pretty put together. So why did he shave his head and become Gollum? I mean, it's definitely noticeable if that helps, but I don't know what's happening, respectfully. I don't get it. So there's that. But I did appreciate, you know, like half the people coming out in suits because why? You know, why not wrestle in a suit? Y'all look great. Most of y'all. And then having the Demand come out in baseball outfits. That was a choice. That whole thing was a choice. Like it was so crazy. I remember screaming while we were watching it. I'm like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Like I just wanted popcorn and eating my strawberries and chocolate and just be like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. It was so fun. But again, I'm glad it wasn't the last match. I am glad the right people won. And you know, it's over from that point on. I feel like it's over at that point. But I do want to spend a little time.
You definitely did not pick them. I picked them.
I didn't pick them. But I do want to spend a little time on the I Quit match because, as you said, the grandpas of them all was an experience for you. So let's talk a little bit about that because we got a couple surprises in the I Quit match, I feel like.
Yes, we did. I mean, one that wasn't a surprise. Copeland and Cage.
Cope and Cage. Yeah.
They definitely looked like they needed a nap. They definitely needed a breather. They definitely needed
a nap and a breather.
Drink some water, get some Gatorade, get something, they definitely looked like they were struggling. However, when Beth came out, I ain't gonna hold you. She looked really good until she got her head rocked into the stairs. And then I said, ooh. She looked like she was struggling after that. It became like, okay, you are here. I appreciate you here.
She was supporting her man. No.
You know what? She was. And I know I would be just right there. I don't care. I'll be hobbling. I'll be, whatever. Whatever I gotta do, I'll do it. It's all right. But in hindsight, if they were talking about retirement, I just don't know how. Now, granted, there was one part where Cage, they asked him if I quit, and he goes, "What he say?" He said something about your mother. I said,
he said, "I banged your mother." That was my favorite part. Well, one of them. But I did say, I spent a lot of time on Threads laughing about this because I was like, they got to stop asking him questions.
Because he's just going to start saying random crazy stuff. And I was just like, I said, that
What?
is a smart response too, because then I'd be like, and I banged your sister. Like it just would have kept going. Your grandma, everybody.
Everybody can get it? Not the grandma. Okay, ma'am. I do think it was I enjoyed it. I thought it was just such a callback to the crazy Edge and Cope and Cage experiences that we've had. And then I also think that FTR did a fantastic job just living. And then the fact that Stokely went through that table. Okay. You know what, Stokely? To you, my guy. You did great work here. Because I would have been like, hell no. That is not happening to me. I kept thinking, I was praying it wasn't going to be Beth. And I was like, man, if that was my husband, I'd be like, listen, if you're trying to sleep in the same bed with me, I know who's not going through that. And it would be neither one of us. So we had to choose. I'm not mad at being like Stokely, and one of the members of FTR, but still, it just was, come on. It was insanity. And then I don't know if you saw this because you didn't see Dynamite yesterday. So now I can tell you what happens on Dynamite after this. Okay. So they came out for their celebration. Mm-hmm. And I will say Edge is growing out that haircut, and I'm pleased because I don't know whose idea that was, but never do that again. No more short hair. Edge. You might have to go through the MJF or John Cena route, but we don't have to. We don't gotta do all that. But anyway, so then they come out to the ring and they're getting ready to celebrate. Listen, they're getting ready to celebrate, and then Cope decides that he's going to pass out cameras for their 5-second pose, taking it all the way back because I didn't even remember that until he said it.
Disposable. I like that.
And so he was like, some of y'all don't know how to use it, and I almost spit out the water in my mouth because I was like, I don't know how I would explain to my children how to use the camera, point and click. Anyway, so he goes to do this, and then
that was my joint. Mm-hmm.
Who didn't? And then we would drop it off at the. Me either. I was like, and you could just drop it off at Walgreens. You know what I'm saying? Girl, yes. You get that printed. Wait, take me back to the good times. Anyway, so they set this up. You see Cope running around the ring, passing this out while Cage is in the ring, saying that he ain't gonna do it. He don't want to do the 5-second pose. Yada yada, 5-second pose, and then it's promptly ended by the dogs, Clark Connors and David Finlay, who beat the bejesus out of Cope and Cage. Really. I just want to tell Cage, they gotta stop putting your hand in things. At some point, you're gonna have to wrap that in something indestructible, because they definitely put his hand underneath the chair. Not chair, the steel stairs. What do you want to say?
Remember that movie, Cloudy and a Chance of Meatballs, and he made the indestructible the shoe? He needs that for his hand. What?
That was a choice. I never thought I'd hear that before. I don't know where that came from, but I love that for you. Yep. I'm not even gonna say I'm gonna try and watch that. I'm not. But anyway.
You've never seen the Cloudy Chance?
Yes, I have, because that was one of my favorite books. I have children too, so yes, no. I did see it, but I'm like, God, I don't remember it. Anyway, so regardless.
Sorry.
They set it up only to have all this catastrophe happen. And I was like, so why y'all pass out the cameras? If you knew.
To get the 5-second pose of them on the ground.
Well, you know who did a 5-second pose? The dogs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. With them on the ground.
But I was like, damn. That's what I said, literally. Wow, that was a waste of screen time. But yeah, I like I said, I really enjoyed that. I don't know how long I feel like they're going to be tag team champions, though, because if Cage is still dealing with the same hand injury, we know the last time that they had a match where he had that hand injury, Cope got beat all the way up. So I feel it would be in their best interest to just go ahead and get rid of those tag team titles to the dogs. Because, I'm not saying they need to retire, but I am saying that, maybe you need a break. A little bit of
Not you using my line. They need a vacation. They need to go on an island. They need to be like, ooh, pina
I did not
coladas over
say an
here in the sun.
island.
I'm just
I
saying.
mean, listen, I'm
They
sure
need to
Beth
go.
wouldn't be complaining.
No, they need to go where. Who disappeared for a while? Oh,
Well,
we haven't
Mercedes
heard
is
about
still
the
out
Hardy
there.
Boys. Is the Hardy Boys still out there? Maybe they went on vacation. Sorry.
They're in TNA, baby.
I know.
And they
but
were
I haven't heard
asking to
it.
have a match. They wanted to have a match with Cage and Cope.
Really? We need to. You know what? Let me keep my comments to myself because I'm about to say they might as well have
You mean?
a Kane match.
Did you say a Kane match?
Mm-hmm. And Crutch. A Kane and Crutch. Crutch and Kane match.
Girl.
Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to bring the tables. Because, how can you not have the tables? Because they, everybody.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So they're not gonna have a Kane match. They're not, maybe they can figure out how long they can stay awake. I mean, that's a struggle these days. Like, I mean, I just feel like is it believable though to have them face the dogs and win?
No.
Is that a believable situation because they're younger, they're vicious, like they don't have all the same youth on their side as it was. So I'm definitely concerned that ultimately, is that viability of that story strong? Like, I don't know. And there is some murmurings out there about other tag teams potentially coming to AEW. Not saying nothing about Austin Creed and Kofi, Kofi now. And, Motors, yeah, that's what he trademarked. And so, and also the Motor City Machine Guns are out there. So I'm just saying, you never know. You never know. There's a lot going on in the ether. So that's cool. All right. I can't believe you. We're at Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, girl. I don't know where we got here. Do I want to tell you how much I love the Alpha and the Okadas match?
Academy?
See, this is one of the things that I fell in love with about AEW is just the excellent wrestling that happens there. It's just exceptional. The moves that they're doing, the dramatic effect, the stories, the tricks and all of the things, and the things I feel like they bring from Japan that we don't always get on a WWE ring, right? So they have these spot fests that are a little bit more fun for the audience rather than, what we get sometimes. But either way, I really felt like they did a great job of spotlighting what both of them can do. And then even the Don Callis situation with Takeshita, it was great. And you know how I feel about the black hole that is that Don Callis family. But that was fantastic to just see Takeshita be like, nah, I'm out. I don't want this. I don't want anything to do with this. And for Kyle to come back, it just raised my spirits from the ground. I love me a Kyle Fletcher moment. The protostar coming back is just everything. And on Dynamite, he definitely stepped to he definitely did some stepping.
He did some stepping
to Kevin Knight. Mm-hmm. Kevin Knight got his title and he don't have no more. So there was definitely some stepping happening. Which also leads me to talk. I didn't talk as much about Kevin as I wanted to, so we can actually take a moment to do that. Since the question in the chat is whether his betrayal was the ultimate heel move. Now, I was having a conversation on Threads because it was weird to us that his move was against Darby when typically you would assume his first move would be against Speedball, his partner, right? It's I'm tired of this. I want this. I'm ambitious. And we did get a taste of that on Dynamite this week where Kevin Knight came out. He had his whole conversation. He looked great. He felt real confident. I'm not sold on him being champion just yet, though, but world champion just yet. But him saying that's where he wanted to go, I did appreciate that. And he had this whole new vibe about him. And then Speedball came out. And then he's like, your ambition's a problem. And Kevin Knight gives him the business. And then, he attacks him in the ring, and then Kevin Knight leaves. And like I said, Kyle's appearance during that match was really just a foretelling of where he's going, because he wants his title back. So he definitely stepped to Knight on Dynamite, which is interesting because now we have two heels again. So where are we going? I'm interested to see how this shifts, because will Speedball cost Knight his title if he's going against Kyle? There's some layers here that I do appreciate. I will also tell you, AEW does a good job of mixing up their talent into different areas of tiers of championships. Because right now, again, if you saw Dynamite, you saw people getting thrown into the mix we haven't seen. We're seeing some Bandito. We're seeing other people getting into that scene. Kevin Knight's appearance into that scene is also rather new. So it's nice to see them shaking things and seeing how it works. And I feel like that's going to continue to be a strength for them. And I love that part. But anyway, all right. Now we can talk Will Ospreay and how everybody wants him. Because sweet Jesus. Yes, I told you this. First, Moxley kidnapped him. Joe wanted him. I was like, hold up, people. What is happening here? Everybody wants Will. That's what it felt like. And Will's like, I'm just sitting here. And then on Dynamite, Kenny Omega was talking to Will backstage. I was like, Will, you must be the most popular guy right now, because everybody want to talk to you about your feelings. Everybody telling you not to mess with Moxley. Okay? Everybody's like, don't trust him. And I'm like, listen, I don't know. I don't know if Moxley does too many turns on his people. And I would argue the Death Riders have been a pretty solid group for a while, and that anyone he brings in there is growing in terms of a competitor and what they're doing. So I'm like, listen, if he wants to give you that edge, then I'm going to need you to grab that edge, please, and thank you. Hold on, Will. Hold on. Take you right back up to the title picture. Because I'm like, he was been, girl. Will Ospreay and Samoa Joe was a classic. I felt like I enjoyed the hell out of that match. And seeing Joe do his typical Joe things of walking away, letting people hit their moves on themselves, always going to be good. He did say he was stepping away on Dynamite, though. So just to give you some more context, he said he's going to step away for a bit. So don't know what that's about. Maybe he's filming. So we'll see what happens with the ops.
Maybe he just needs a break. Maybe as I watch AEW,
they do go hard.
They don't care if they get injured. They cared, but they don't care. When we talked about Darby, right? He hit his neck and got right back up, and I was like, sir.
The stress I'm still feeling looking at his neck.
And then too, towards the end of the match, he hit his head somewhere and he started bleeding, and he just kept going. And I was like, sir, you are bleeding a lot. Do you not feel that? And you see him shaking it off and I'm like, you look like you're going to pass out.
He does. Look like he's going to pass out, heard.
Still going to keep going. So, that's the one thing, he probably needs to take a break. That's a lot. That's a lot on the body. Okay. And they're not some young folk. Okay. Samoa Joe has been around for a minute.
Fair. So, they're not. I just feel listen, I don't mind him taking a break. I thought that match was phenomenal. I love seeing what Will is growing into under the tutelage of Moxley and the Death Riders. Yeah, the tutelage.
What the fuck is that? Sorry, TikTok.
Meeting
I'm gonna need to give me a little mini dictionary, because you hit me with a lot of words today, and I'm like, what is happening? My brain cannot compute.
The lessons, the teachings of Moxley is tutelage is another way to say that. Okay,
got it. Understood.
I'm gonna give you more books to read.
I do. I need them. All of them.
Good God. But yes, I thought it was a good fit for him, and seeing what he can do and seeing that edge. He definitely had a little bit more edge against Samoa Joe, and I was like, ooh, okay. That was delicious, not gonna lie. All right, and then what else? We had Swerve Strickland beating Bandito.
That was a good match.
And you was right about Swerve, I feel like, but either
I was.
it was
Because
good.
you was like, Benzito. And I was like, nah, Swerve is gonna.
But you
And
know I'm
Swerve,
petty.
I know, but yeah, no, that was a really good match. I felt like
See?
I was on the edge of my seat on that one. I
See?
did. I said this was a good pay per view. I didn't say it wasn't.
It was great. It was. It was really good. And then of course, John Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly was a good match too. Hi. I'm so glad you said that. That was where I was about to go next. How did you know?
Really?
How
Did you
did
not like
you
that
know?
match? I feel like I like that match.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I
Uh-oh.
did not like this match. And I
We
feel
watched it
like
together.
I
It's
did not
insane.
like it because I
Why?
did not like it. There was nothing to talk about. I don't even know if I was playing Sims at the time that this match was going on. I wasn't even paying it any attention. Like, I did not like it. And it's not, I don't know what it was exactly that just didn't work for me. I think Athena is an excellent champion, but I just feel like there's something that's missing there. And I told you this, like when I watch her walk down to the ring, her presence doesn't feel like a champion. She doesn't have like this like aura that she should for this forever champion. Like I need her to like it needs to be dramatic. It should her numbers should be, her presentation is what I would expect to be legendary. And it doesn't feel that way. She just kind of walks out to the ring like, whatever, here I am. And I'm like, girl, I love you, but I need more for this character to really like compound into the myth and the legend that she ultimately is, because she is very good. But Mina and Athena, it just didn't work for me. I'm sorry. And I also feel yeah, I also agree because Okada and Takeshita that was really good. So I think that's
Yeah, that
also
was a good one.
why. It was hard to follow. And I feel like sometimes with the women's matches, you run into that. That's a good point. Looky here. They treated it like a cool down match. It just didn't have the oomph that
Wow.
it should have. Yes. And I feel like this I will admittedly say is my issue with AEW right now. And in general has been for a time. Like now that there's no Mercedes and there's no Tony and we have Tekla over here killing it as a toxic spider, you just have like this mid-card piece that's not together. And I think we argue the same thing about WWE, right? Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
like you don't have
Mm-hmm.
enough stories here. Like Athena should be a legend in the locker room. Like you've had that title for over 1,000 days. Like
Mm-hmm.
it should be like a Roman Reigns feel when she comes through. Like, oh, it's Athena. Like there should be a visual like response to this champion coming over. It should be made a big deal everywhere she is, but it's not. And I think that is probably my biggest issue with the way that they portray it. And I thought Mina was great. She has some great moves. I just don't know. It didn't really flow for me. And it could have easily been because it was right after Okada and Takeshita. Yes, I should say it louder for the people in the back because y'all know she should be a big deal. And I feel like the women need some time to they need time, they need stories, they need an emphasis. They should have the same type of stories that we are seeing with the Okada and a Takeshita, right? Just because you don't have Tony and you don't have Mercedes and they're off doing other things doesn't mean you need to just here we are. You know what I mean? And then it's the Owen Hart tournament. And I love me a tournament at AEW because you get some really amazing matches, but they just don't build the way I would hope they would build. And I wonder if it's just they don't know how to tell that story. And a part of that is, do you need writers who know how to tell that story?
Absolutely.
Do you need some women writers in the back?
Diversity.
Because I could tell a story here with these two. Listen, and it doesn't have to be a lesbian story too. There's lots of reasons women don't like each other. What if Mina was like, hold up, I don't care that you're the forever champion. Y'all have no words. You just face each other in the ring. There's no which is crazy. Because if you watch AEW and the way they start their shows, there's always talking. There's some words. There's a story. You jump right into a story. But none of those stories are for the women. That's all. So I'm like, sorry.
But we can talk about the other women's match that was actually good.
It was. Tekla, I'm told you, I knew they weren't going to let that title go nowhere off of her because Miss Toxic Spider is everything. She's everything you think she is and probably more. But I also think like with Chris, with Sheeta, that was insane. The fact that they kept going after each other too. I was like, listen, I feel like we all need therapy. I thought y'all were friends. They're not friends. Not friends no more. And then Jamie Hayter.
Title, everything's one. What's the word I'm trying to say? Every woman for themselves. There you go. Jeez,
yes, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. It is, and it should be, because you can only be one person can only be champ. You know what I'm saying? So that makes sense. But yeah, yes, exactly. Because now they're gone, and you don't have anything else. Like if you build your story around two people, and then they're gone, and respectfully, Tony and Mercedes earn their time to go do other things. You don't have Britt Baker nowhere to be found. So what are you doing? What are you doing? And you have people in Ring of Honor, but you're not bringing them over to really right. You're not having the stories that need to be had. You have Persephone, you have all these other people in Ring of Honor. And I'm like, oh wait, there's people over there. I didn't even know. Shocked. Shocked I am. So yes, Tekla is carrying everything on her back, and that's why she's getting paid the big bucks. And girl, you might as well. You might as well. So yeah. So overall, I just loved it. I loved everything about that pay-per-view, and it was worth all $39.99 of my dollars. Shout out to Candace. Girl, Candace, we love you.
This is a good question. Who do you think is going to be the wild card in the Owen for the women?
I am deeply, truly praying it is Britt Baker. Because I am really sick of them pretending she doesn't exist. She was a pillar in that company. And then respectfully, there was some bad juju going on there with some energies and some stuff that was happening on All Access and maybe some backstage crap. I don't know. I don't care. But I think she was a character that did really well on screen and was able to command that presence in that audience. Everyone was DMDing. That was the thing. And now they act like she never existed. And so your wild card better be her or somebody freaking legendary to bring some more heat back to this. Ooh.
I was gonna say Mercedes, but then I also thought about Asuka, but then I was like, maybe not Asuka because she's doing whatever.
She's still under contract.
But I was trying to think of maybe who was released.
Kari?
Yeah. I was trying to think of someone who was released that we were like, why did you release them? And
Kari
then, so maybe her, maybe,
That would be good. A Kari Sane would be a good thing. In an alternative world, I'd love it.
I said that. I was even looking
in an alternative world, I'd love if it was a Bailey or something like that. If she wasn't under contract, I think or a Natty, which I know she ain't gonna do. But I'm just saying, there's so many really amazing women at WWE that I think could really fly on their own if they had the opportunity. That there's that. In my opinion. But yeah, Kari would be that would be a nice little thing right there. I ain't gonna hold you. Kari would be a nice little shot. But Mercedes, she had this really interesting Instagram post about God's timing. So I don't know what that means, but I hope she's well, But in the Mercedes world, keep in mind, Trent just had the baby.
I was about to say too. I said that sounds more like a pregnancy announcement without saying she's pregnant.
I mean, I'm not trying to say nothing, but I'm trying to say something that in girl world, when your friends start getting
Comes
knocked
the
up
threes.
suddenly, it's like we be looking for the next two. Like, who is it going to be? I know who it ain't going to be. But I remember doing the same thing. I'm like, oh, somebody's pregnant. Who else is it? So I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that's what's happening with her, but we haven't seen her in a while. So. All right. Are you ready to talk the thing that disappointed me the most this weekend? You would know better than anyone. You know what? Talk about it. That's so true. We did, in fact, get pregnant right around each other. Mm-hmm.
We did. And then me and the little sister, we were literally every other year. We were going back. I had one, she was pregnant. It was just like, oh, hi.
Some of us stopped. You know what I'm saying? I can't really speak about it. All right, let's continue with the event I didn't really love the most.
Well, first off, let's talk about the tragedy that they decided. I mean, I get it, this long storytelling, but that
You
last
talking about
match.
Street Profits? And
Mhm.
okay. All right, let me pop my question in the chat. I'm gonna pop my question in the chat. Y'all are welcome to answer. We will come back to it. I'm gonna know better than anyone. Y'all hilarious. All right. Can we talk about Saturday Night Main Event and how difficult that was to see it back to back with AEW? Okay. It was really telling to see those two almost back to back. You have no idea. Yes. I just was so disappointed so many times. But the first thing I'm going to tell y'all is stop picking on Soul, y'all. Please. Can we give my girl some grace? Like, she'll get the Soul Snatcher right. Chillax, people.
Yo, she
Relax. Y'all don't know what it's like to transition from NXT to the main roster. Can we give my girl some grace? Let her, work out the kinks. And then you got to remember, the Soul Snatcher is very dependent on your partner to get it right. So give my girl some grace. Treat her with respect, okay, people? But yes, Soul, Ruka, and Becky, the way I was angry on the screen, y'all should have seen me. I was like, I can't curse because I want my other sister to feel some kind of way, but I'm going to tell you right now. What was happening? It felt like an infomercial for WWE. It felt like, I'm glad I didn't have to pay for it. That's what it felt like. It felt like I'm glad I didn't have to pay for it. And I'm really disappointed in the way I'm starting to feel about WWE because I've been riding with them. Go ahead.
It's
2 botches in a month.
It's like waiting to watch. What's her
A
name?
movie in a movie theater?
No. What's her name? What did we just see? And we were like, really? 17 seconds? What's that? What's her name? Ronda and
that's right. Ronda Rousey and Gina. Okay, yes. Like 17 seconds. Facts.
That's what that was like. It was like, I'm really happy we did not pay for it, but then why did I wait to watch it? Like, why did you hype it up to where what's happening? And then can y'all
we can
let
do it
Becky
again.
and Jessica fight? Can Becky and Jessica fight already? Can we get this over with? Can we please get this done? I thought Jessica was training so they can, like, how long we gonna have the storyline?
Jessica is training, and she was working and involved for a time, I believe. And I am ready too. I am ready for Jessica to clock Becky because enough is enough. Okay, like stop throwing her in the middle of things. Anytime she's ready to clock, I'm ready. Girl, go ahead and get froggy and jump. We ready. I don't know why we still letting this happen. I hate that Soul got hurt. So she's recovering right now. But listen, this leads into the other problem we're gonna have with Soul and Becky in the women's mid card. So now that there's no Soul, Becky ain't got nothing to do in Italy. Nothing to do. Of all the wrestlers on the roster, including the ones you've just commandeered into tag teams for the hell and the shiggles of it all, you ain't got nothing for Becky to do? Nothing. No one? We got Maxine jumping in cars, feeling the pressure all in her. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have nobody for Becky to fight in it. Just no one. SmackDown, NXT, Raw, just no one. No one at all. Like, I've never seen the most insane things ever. Like, I understand Soul getting hurt is going to put a kink in that story, but I also don't think it makes sense. Like, you should at least, there should be telling more than one story at a time. You know that y'all wrestlers are prone to injury these days because there's not enough reps happening. So you should have backup plans. How many times you going to get caught out there with, I don't know what we're going to do. Here we are. Confusion. Just sitting here being confused. Like, hell no. Do better. Do better by the women. Because there's way too many of them to be, I don't know what we're going to do with Becky. Let's take some time and think about it. Listen, there's so many things you could be doing with Becky. But anyway, before I get into that anymore, because you already know. But yes, I agree with you. I understand, like, there was definitely some stuff that happened on Saturday night's main event that was crazy. The Vision and she is hurt. They did mention it. And I do think she looked hurt. Like, when you watched that match, a part of me wonders, is that why it ended the way it did? Is like they needed to end the match. Because remember, we didn't like the ending and we were like, that's real crazy. But also maybe there was like a method to that madness in the sense of like maybe Soul couldn't finish. And so it was like, I need to wrap this up. But I don't know. Either way, it was a hot mess. I ain't going to lie about that. The Vision and the Profits was such a phenomenal match. But I also think a lot of that is because the Street Profits are just that damn good. They're so good that they make anyone look good. And that's not to say I'm pretty sold on Austin Theory as a wrestler. So it's not necessarily saying like neither him or Logan Paul did the work. But I also feel like that is just the magic of the Street Profits. Like when you have them against somebody, there is a unique ability to just shine these lights on them. And so it just sheesh capiche. Like I just feel like this was a great moment to crown the Street Profits, but after seeing Raw, I kind of get it because we did get to see Seth and Montez, which was a nice little reprieve. I did enjoy that on Raw. And then now we know that Seth and Montez are going to be teaming up for a bit, which again, that's another layer into figuring out things. So will Dawkins get jealous of this little bromance happening? We also know Seth, he can't trust Seth with nothing. So, you know, I feel like there's I'm okay with this story, even though I'm annoyed that the Vision had the championships, even though, according to Paul Heyman, it doesn't matter who in the Vision has them. Yay! What the? Listen, I need that man to do my contracts. Can he do my contracts for work? And I could just be like, listen, you could just let it be whatever you want it to be.
You know, he would be a good union rep for sure. He'd be like, nah, we're going to put all this in this contract right here.
Shout out to Paul Heyman for doing God's work.
If we go on strike, we're still going to get paid. Like, you know. I do want to talk about this, though. What was Jade and the baddies wearing? Why did they come out like that?
Michael Jackson tribute, girl.
Yeah.
It was looking awesome.
Minchin looked like she did. Like when you look at the outfit, it was like, what is happening? Why are you in blue and white while the rest of them are in black and white? It just didn't.
I don't know. I don't know why she was in blue and white, but I understood that. Like we were.
It's still.
I loved it. That's why that picture's there. And what I did love, let's talk a little bit about that match though. Because yes, Jade, feeling like a big deal, wrestling like a big deal. You can tell she's putting in the work. You can tell she's good. And her and B-Fab and Mi-Chen look great together. They really do. And so like, I'm really excited for what might be coming. Like I'm excited optimistically, you know, cautiously about this because I wanted them together. I know I said this, like I wanted them together. as this crew, even though we refuse to name them WWE. No, we don't do that. We just call them the baddies and move on, but cool. Even though Corey does that every week, he calls them baddies ultimately in one way, shape, or form. And like, I just feel like if we can bottle this magic with them, then we can have our tag team title holders and our world champion all in one faction. Even though I am a little confused at where we're going with Fatal Influence. So we'll see. But at least there's something happening there. You know what I mean? Like the Fatal Influence, even though we just cross over shows, I don't, whatever, we go wherever we go. But I like this. I love those three together. I think they are a good fit for one another. Even though Jay was talking junk on her interview saying that she had to tell Michin and B-Fab that they weren't doing their job, which is why she lost her title.
No. You lost your title. You know what? I got nothing nice to say. Anyway, we can move on.
Yep. We can move on. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Awesome. It was amazing. So can we spend a moment on Brie and Paige in this tag team title situation? Listen. Y'all just temporary title holders, and I know this. Okay? It's fine. I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is them running away with it by the skin of their teeth. Can we give Brie and Paige some of their credit? Like, don't forget, Paige was a phenomenal champion in WWE. And it's like, y'all just giving her the, she gets it just because, oops. This not the Bellas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not both the Bellas. Like, you got to give Paige her props. And I feel like we're not getting a chance to do that. And she worked her behind off to be able to wrestle again. So I really feel like we just need to let her cook, if you will. So it wasn't a terrible match. I definitely enjoyed it, but I just feel like, can we figure it out? And also, Charlotte and Alexa and Rhea, break that up immediately. Break it up. I didn't ask for this. I don't want it. I never wanted it. I don't want it now. No. Charlotte and Alexa, sure. If you want to keep that going, fine. But what I am not having, I don't want Rhea over there. I don't want Rhea over there at all. Why do I have my women's champion in the mix of this nonsense? Why 4? Because Fatal Influence is 3. They're 3 little girls. Stop it. Stop it. Okay?
Oh.
They're not that terrifying. Okay? And I say this with all love because, I love me a Fatal Influence moment. But I'm telling you, they are not like Lash and Nia. You know what I mean? So cut it out, guys. You're not going to... I'm not buying it. I'm not buying what you're selling. Send Rhea on her way to face Jade. Bye. And let Charlotte and Alexa figure out with someone else on the roster to fight Fatal Influence. Got plenty of people. Plenty. What's Julia doing? What's Kiana doing? Just saying. Technically, it started with Fatal Influence interrupting Rhea. Yes, but still, like, no. Go away. I do not want you tagging with Charlotte. And why were you hugging in the middle of a match? Can we talk about that? You're telling me Charlotte, who has won numerous championships, is going to be a rookie move moment and go, you know what, girl, let's just be together and just commiserate on our bonding. No, we're not doing that. Not Miss 14-time champion. Like, that don't make no sense to me. Can we start treating people like the stars that they are? Please and thank you. Alexa, also amazing star. And she's just going to jump into Charlotte and Rhea's arms. I'm so happy. Yay. Girl, no. Stop doing that. Can we treat them like they're grown women who have thoughts and feelings? Like, if there was another way for you to fix that story other than we're just going to have a moment of joy. No, thank you. That's all. I'm off my soapbox now.
Okay.
But you know what I did love? Anything with Penta. Give me all the Penta. Penta this, Penta that. I love it. Telling the story of Rhea and Charlotte finally coming together. They were building it. They could be. I still don't care about it. I'm just going to be for real and tell you. I don't care about them two coming together. I prefer them as adversaries. Their matches against each other were excellent. And why does Rhea need a friend who's a female and Charlotte? I mean, she can have a friend who's a female if you want, but
Wow.
why
Wow.
Charlotte?
What is happening?
Why Charlotte?
When the backstabbing happens, it happens. You know, maybe she's gonna backstab everybody. I don't know.
Maybe. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm being too hard on them, but I don't think so. Just don't want it. I don't want it. I'm sorry. I like them as adversaries. They are just too good at beating each other up. I'm sorry, but fine. It's fine. That's coming soon, hopefully. The backstabbing? Well, okay. Well, you know, all right, Judge. All right, I hear you. If that's happening, I'll F with it. Okay? If that's happening, sure. As long as Charlotte ends up with the title. I'm over her not having a title around her waist with the way things are right now. Back to Penta. Ethan Page is a hell of a star. And I'm so excited to see him on the main roster doing the things that he's doing because it's perfect. It's like you rarely have that moment where somebody like can capture it. He's made Rusev more interesting.
Yes.
He's like, by far.
He has. He
has really like.
He goes, "That's my family." He goes, "Does Rusev know?" I was like, I don't think Rusev know, but you know, I like how you just like. He's a great guy. We're gonna push him there, and I'm like, so you can stab him in the back. Cause that's really what you want. You just want to stab him in the back. Did we not
But
watch the story
Ethan.
between you and Ricky? I'm just saying.
Maybe they have not. That was me typing through the ring takes page. I control it. Well, you know what? You're welcome. Either way. You're welcome to come hang with us. Yeah, no, I just listen. I love Ethan Page. I've loved him ever since AEW. And I thought they didn't use him right there. And I think that he's found a home in WWE, and his comedic timing, even what he did with Chelsea, like that was hilarious. And he plays such a straight face that you're like, dude, like, no, there's no way that like you are seriously fooling Rusev. And then Rusev was like, remember he told him, if you backstab me, like I'm gonna have you. And I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be funny because I could just see Ethan running away. Like, wasn't me. He gonna find somebody, pay somebody, do whatever he got to do. He gonna try to get Oba on his side. He gonna do whatever is necessary to save his life. Speaking of which, Brock Lesnar. I don't appreciate being lied to the way we were. When you leave your boots in the ring, that's a big deal. And it felt like there's a million ways you could have played that without playing with that particular lore. You know what I mean? Like, he could have just left and never spoke to Paul Heyman, and like all of that could have been a way that you just wrote him off for the time being. But to have him come back, beat up Oba, and then have the audacity, because, you know, Brock don't be on TV when he ain't got to be. So he did a promo on Monday where he explained his side of things and how he is technically still retired. Sir, what does retired mean?
Well, he had to get his look back, even though he's not gonna win. Yeah, you know, I got it. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't like the fact that he did that either. He came from behind and like, because that's a punk ass move. But
yes,
because when Oba did it, he was looking you straight in your face and beat shit.
He was.
Sorry, TikTok. But but I felt like this is what I feel like. I feel like he came back because they made such a big thing about him retiring and didn't really tell nobody.
Okay.
So they needed to like, nah, I need you to come back. And he's just like, fine, I'll come back, but I'm only gonna fight him. Like I'm not gonna fight nobody else. I'm not gonna do anything. Like I still think Oba's going to whoop his behind. I do not think that Brock is going to walk out of here with a win. I
Hey,
think
Dalton.
hi Dalton. I do think that it's going to be a great match. I think Brock is really going to try to give it to him, and he's going to have 60% of the match. We're gonna think he's about to win. And Oba is going then to proceed to kick his behind, and he's going to lose. And then he's going to go bye bye.
I just know it's going to be fast.
Really?
It's like he works by the minute. Brock works by the minute. Why are you playing? They got to be charged that man in fives or something. Like, there's no way. Like, Brock's matches are no longer than 15 minutes. Okay. Like that one time he had a match that was like 20. I think that's with was it with Cody? And we was like, ooh, they about to pay all of Brock's stipend right here. Just because and we didn't see him for a while after. So there's that. So I feel like 15 minutes tops is where we're gonna go here. But yeah, I don't want to get into that anymore. All right, so there you go. As I said, main event. Saturday night main event was not my favorite. I'm really sick of all the commercials. I think
the infomercials and you constantly reminding us of matches to.
It's not even that. The WWE club, like every commercial has a WWE star in it. DoorDash is really living. I'm starting to wonder how y'all like this is getting crazy. How are you pricing this? Is this a partnership in which that, wrestlers can participate in the ad, and so like they get a name in the ring, and then they also get to run their special commercials through Netflix? Because this is really, if you're watching Saturday night main event and then you spend the next day watching AEW with no interruptions and no commercials, it really showcases just how corporate, I think that's the word you used,
yes,
or how greedy the WWE is starting to seem. Especially, it's just tone deaf in the world that we live in today. I don't know about you, but my gas tank, it costs way too much money to put gas in it. Like buying groceries, I be telling the kids they own a stipend this week. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to stop eating everything in the house because I'm not going to the store. Like, gas, electric, sky high. So can we just act like things cost money and stop asking me to pay y'all more money? WWE.
You did, because what did we do? During our production meeting, guys, we sat here and looked up WWE Network, because I sat here and said, if they just stayed on WWE Network, the amount of money that they would get just for them and their network would be amazing.
Yeah.
And then Kiara was like, no, look at this. We got Netflix for Raw. We got USA for SmackDown. We got Saturday main event for Peacock. We have what was the other one? Oh, CW. Well, CW, that's actually free. Like that doesn't matter. That's free. That's free. And then triple, as Chelsea say, YouTube. That's free too.
Yes.
But like how many
it just feels
do I need? And
too
then
many.
Then you have all these freaking advertisements on the ring. When did that happen?
It does feel soulless. I think you're starting to see such a significant difference. And I think WWE does not typically cater to like the long-term wrestling fan. It's really more of a casual fan is what they're looking for, which is why they're doing what they're doing. Casual fans. But AEW really focuses on like their core audience with the opportunities, maybe, for like long-term investment. And I think that if you're someone who really enjoys wrestling and the heart of wrestling, the advertisements and all that take you out of the story, out of the moment. And it's just a reminder that we live in an especially expensive world. And I don't know about you, but I don't need a
I don't.
But
I got
yes,
4 kids.
I know. It's true. We do that. Speaking of which, you know what time it is?
Speed round.
That's right.
Yay.
Ding ding goes a bell, it's the speed round thrill. Who's gonna rise? Who's taking the spill? We're calling the shots, no time to chill. This is the moment to flex their skill. Who's got the belt? Who's hitting the mat? Who's taking the L? Who's got the comeback? Back. Main event mamas with spitting predictions. Fast like a jab, no need for revisions. Pick 'em quick, call a move, lay the mission. Main event mamas, it's a wrestling tradition. Chokehold tight or a suplex flight. Cage match chaos or a ladder fight. Tag team dreams or a solo mic. We're throwing the dice on the spotlight. Main event mamas with spitting predictions. Fast like a jab, no need for revisions. Pick 'em quick, call a move, lay the mission. Main event mamas, it's a wrestling tradition.
I love that song.
I know.
And as a reminder, y'all, if you have hung with us, don't forget to hit that like. Because YouTube likes us and we like you. Don't forget to subscribe.
Comment.
On
how fly we are. I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
Anyhow, during the speed round, now that we're here, y'all know the deal. If you're new here, we try to get through this as quickly as possible. We are going to talk triple and Clash in Italy, because we had 2 events this weekend, and I love it. You love it. We're excited. And lastly, before I forget, if you like that song, our season 1 soundtrack is on Patreon. If you scan this code up here, it'll take you to our Patreon where you can become a member for free. But our soundtrack is available for $5. Just wanted to let you know that, since we do live in a world. But unlike WWE, we really could use the help to support the podcast. All right, let's talk speed round. All right, so we have a Saturday and a Sunday event. Say what now?
You're doing triple first?
No, it's on Sunday, so I guess we can do... Wait, that is Sunday, right? Yes, because Clash in Italy, is that Sunday? Which one's Sunday? Oh, no, I do not remember these things. Hold on, let's check our calendar. I can confirm. What day is it? Yep, I'm sorry. We can start with apologies. Clash in Italy is Sunday. Do I want you to try to say it is the question. Why you look like that? No? You don't want to try an attempt?
Let's try. That's great.
Okay.
I just said, let's go. Let's try it. I froze for a second, so
All right,
that's why I look like that.
All right, we have AAA Noche de los Grandes preview. This is in Monterrey, Mexico. It's a special 2-week event. And the first one is the Ultimate Mask versus Mask War. El Grande Americano, who we all know who that is, goes toe-to-toe with the original El Grande Americano, who we also know who that is. I know it is a lot of events, right? And a high-tension Lucha de Apuestas Mask versus Mask match. Who you got?
I got the original Grande Americano.
No.
Yes.
I have the new and improved Grande Americano. With Los Americanos, not the other ones. Julio and what's the other? yeah, I don't remember his name. I'm sorry. Either way, I am gonna stick with the new Grande Americano because my favorite. All right, so you want to try?
Go ahead, say it. Let's go.
All right, the Latin American Championship. It's the son of Dr. Wagner Jr. You want to try and pronounce that?
Wagner Jr.
No, that's not how you say it. You want to pull it up, or do you want me to pull it up for you to pop? I'll put it in the chat for you. Here you go. That way you can try to pronounce this, y'all, because
to me.
Here we go. I tried to help you, but now I'm just going to put it in the chat for you to try to pronounce. Here you go. Here you go, ma'am.
Wait. Oh. Wait, what? The son of Wagner Jr. I'm going to say it in English. Wait. Against what? I know these words because you said them. but I ain't about to do this to myself.
All right, let's do it. El Hijo de Dr.
Buckingo. I can't even say it. You know what
Buckingo.
this?
There
Okay.
we go. So who you got? El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. or El Hijo de Buckingo?
I'm gonna go with Dr. Wagner Jr., the son of him.
Yes, I also am. I also go Latin American Championship. That's who I got as well. All right, we have tag team gold. Do I want you to try this? Yes. Yes, I do.
Oh God.
Here we go.
Okay. Whew.
You got this one. This is not hard. You got
You
this
sure?
one.
Is it Psycho Clown?
I don't know. Yes, there is actually a psycho clown in this one. So here you go. You go ahead. You go ahead and read that for us. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Psycho Clown defends. Okay, hold on. Defends the triple World Tag Team Championships against the invading War Raiders. Oh, Pagano.
Pagano. All right, who you got? Pagano and Psycho Clown versus the War Raiders.
I'm gonna say the War Raiders. I can't believe you got me through this craziness.
I love it. All right, and then we have one last match. The crazy part is that these are two different nights, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm very excited because, we have Rey Mysterio as the new general manager. All right, we have the Cruiserweight Collision.
Are you really about to use the chat again?
Yep.
Okay, I'm ready. Jeez.
You ready?
Please don't kill
This one
me,
should be
people.
good.
I promise you, I used to speak Spanish at some point in my life.
This is the easiest way I can get her to start practicing.
Okay. Okay. Cruiserweight Collision.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Laredo.
Ray Phoenix.
Laredo.
Kid and Ray Phoenix lock up for the Triple World Cruiserweight Championship, plus a huge trios match featuring Bailey, La Catalina, and Lola Vice, taking on Las Toxicas. I was gonna get there. I realized I said wrong.
Well, okay. Who do you got for the AAA World Cruiserweight Championship?
Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix. And then I have Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey and La Catalina and Lola Vice. So the three-way. All right, I am going to take Laredo Kid because I think he had a new edge on him, even though I love me some Ray Phoenix. I don't know. And then I'm going to go, Bailey, La Catalina, and Lola Vice against Las Toxicas. All right, excellent work. Good job. I'm proud of you. I'm getting proud of you.
Terrible. Don't lie to me.
Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. We got a question for y'all in the chat. Who do you think is going to win mask versus mask? Y'all go ahead and let us know in the chat. All right, let's talk Clash in Italy. This is going to be at like 2:00 on Sunday. So, all right. Lord have mercy. I know. Perhaps we can find time to do that together at 2:00. All right, let's start with whoa, we don't know that.
AM?
I know they
2 a.m.?
No. PM. So I don't know if we're still going to have this Becky Lynch match with Soul. But if we do, who do you got?
Becky. They ain't taking it off her yet.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Becky too, because technically, if Soul really is injured, they really shouldn't give her the title anyway. That won't make sense. All right, we have the Women's World Championship rematch, Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. Who do you got? You got Jade? Oh, that's crazy. Me too. Oh, what? That's crazy. What? I see the baddies or whatever the formerly known as, the maybe known as, is one day known as people. I think they're gonna ride up and make sure that Jade walks away champion. All right, we got Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi. Who you got?
Oba.
Same, because
it's not Riot.
That's right. Right. All right, so then we got Cody Rhodes versus Mr. Who you want to call to bail you out of jail, Gunther. Who you got?
Gunther.
Really? You know what? I'm going to go Cody because I feel like I never pick Cody. And I'm going to do that because he easy to find, hard to keep down. So here we go. All right. Hard to beat. So, all right. And then, girl, are you ready for tribal warfare? Because Roman Reigns is going against Jacob Fatu in this tribal combat match, and I'm stressed out. Who do you got? Who do you got?
I know I went against our tribal chief the last time, but I'm gonna do it again. I'm so sorry, but Jacob's about to kick that ass.
You know what, Roman? I acknowledge you, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I can't wait to see Jacob serve you. Because how is that going to work? Like, I didn't know we were playing for servitude just yet, but I have a feeling our tribal chief is going to pull this one out because
The twins are gonna cheat.
no, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say because I can't see it going any other way. How would it go any other way with Roman? You think Roman's just going to give up the title to Jacob? Girl, please. If he had to crawl on his hands and knees with them pretty veneers and he had to crawl through the desert, okay,
Not crawl
he
through the
is
desert.
not. If he got to go through every cousin in the back, he is not going to drop that title this quickly. I refuse to believe it. So, and with that, thanks y'all for kicking it with us today. It has been a very fun time. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like, follow. We are on all the channels, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But if you had fun with the Main Event Mamas, don't hesitate to let us know. Because where can they find us, Tanisha?
What do you mean, social media or online? Okay, you know what? Hold on. We are a podcast, so you can find us on. Sorry, it's been a minute, y'all. I haven't said this line in a minute. You can find us on Pocket Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Amazon Audible, YouTube Music, YouTube, Spotify. Did I say Apple Podcasts? Apple Podcasts. I
No.
don't know if I said it. I'm saying it again. You can also find us on social media. You can follow me, Tanisha, at Tanisha_MamaPod on Instagram and on TikTok. You can follow Kiara at KiaraMamaPod, no space, no underscore, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can follow her on Twitter at Content Vixen. I do want
And
to
I'm
say
always on Threads. I'm always on
she is
Threads.
on Threads. I forgot she on Threads too.
We talk
I mean, you can
everything. I
find me on
talk
Threads.
everything.
My personal page
Can
is
they?
open on Threads. You can find me there, but I'm not going to tell you which one that is. Anyway, what I was going to say, we are 5 followers short of 500 on Instagram. So
Ooh.
please follow, share, send it, send it to people who wants to have a good time.
Yes.
It ain't wholesome. Have a good time with us.
That's right. We're a good time on any given time. We have thoughts and feelings about all the wrestling things and then other things. We're eventually going to have to talk about Nemesis. So if you like TV, you want to kick it with us. And like I said, you can follow me on Threads because I have all sorts of things to say, whether I'm watching WWE or I'm watching Beyond the Gates. I have a lot to talk about on any given day as I'm watching television and working for a living. And so with that, we want to remind you to visit our website at maineventmamaspodcast.com. That's where you can find all the videos. I know we've been slow on social media this week, but we're going through some changes. And so hopefully better things coming out and you'll be able to see these videos out soon. So make sure you are keeping your eyes on our social pages. You can find our squad on Facebook where, I drop my Monday night highlight first. So you can find out exactly what I thought the minute that Roman was left in the ring, or my favorite, when I'm stressed out and not knowing how I'm going to get to Tuesday with the way the cliffhanger has left us. Or you can see us on Patreon where you can get a wrap up of all of our content all week and all the special behind the scenes stuff that you may not get anywhere else. All right. And that we want to say we're not new to this. It might look
We're
like
so
it though.
true to this. I know today's, but we're so true to this. And this was Main Event Mamas Midnight Confessions.
That's right.
Night, y'all.
See y'all next week.
Not
The main event mama's bringing the heat. Talking life, love.